Go.
We're just getting ready to start over. What is up, guys? We're gonna start texturing the ceiling today. We primed it last week, and now I'm going to. So I tried fixing those. I put the Zinzir on it, and I only fixed where the beams aren't gonna be. It was cut out to here, and so I just mudded where the beam's gonna go. You can kind of see where the old ones were. So I fixed everything outside of that. So the reason I'm taping these where the old beams were is we're gonna put the new ones in the same spot. And when I texture, I don't want the mud to go in where the old beams were and then have to scrape it off before it dries. So this way I can just peel this when we're done texturing while it's still wet, and it'll give me a good clean line. If I were to leave it, or if I wouldn't tape, I would have to, once we go to put the beams back up, I'd have to sand it to make so it's not all wavy. I'm probably have to do a little bit of sanding if my lines aren't true, but I'd rather do that than have to sand each beam line on both sides. All I'm doing here is there's just a little indent. I'm pretty sure where the nails were. They either just did one coat on the nail holes or two, but they're still indented. So I'm just taking some mud and filling in those spots just in case when I go to texture it, if I don't get enough on there, then you'll still be able to see the indents of where the old nail holes were. So there's only a few. It's really not that bad. There's some over here and some over there. Just getting ready to stamp. I'm gonna roll it on to make it all even. I'm just doing a crow's foot. That's what I used in the bedroom. Once you roll it on, you just. And then for mud, just the +3, I watered it down so it's gonna be easier to work with. And then I'll just put it on this pan here. And I'll just roll it like that. I know some people put it in like a paint a paint tray. Some people put it in a paint tray and do it that way. So there's a lot of ways you can do it. It's just what works best for you. I found that doing it this way is easier for me. So everybody's different. So do what works best for you. I'm doing this is I'm just rolling on with a half-inch nap. Like I said, this is how I do it. Might not be the right way or what somebody else recommends, but this is what I found out works for me. Put them on the pan, and then I just roll it. Basically, then I have Anna hold it, and then I just roll it. And something like that. It is messy. You do get it all over you, and then I just judge it on how I want it to look, of how thick I want it. So I'm, doing it pretty thin. So this stuff right here is thick. So all I do is just roll it out. And then I go this way if I want it thinner, to thin it out. As you can tell, if I put it on thick, like that, and then I go to stamp it with this crow's foot brush right here. See here? So that's how I want it right there. Now if I go to this thicker one, see how much it comes out at you? To me, that would just collect more dust, and not like, this is thinner, but personal preference, it's really however you want to do it. But I found I like to do it thinner. So yeah, and then you just roll this out. And, I do it in sections. I do probably half. I do the other half just so it doesn't dry. But you just go along and you just stamp it, just like that, and then just make sure you get along the edge of the wall. Then you can paint it tomorrow. texturing is complete. Turned out pretty good. Happy with it. On the inside of this wall, you can see that line right there from that old beam. I'm not too worried about that right now, because once we take this wall down, you'll be able to, I'll have to finish out, you know, the drywall. If we go flush all the way from the living room to the kitchen, I'll have to, you know, bring that out. So I'll be able to hide that and just retexture it. So I didn't worry too much on getting right up to this wall, since it is going to be coming down. It's going to be nice too with these beams in. I'll be able to, it almost like breaks the wall up. So if there is any, you know, imperfections in the wall, it'll break the line of sight for your eyes, and it will kind of create that break so you won't be able to see, you know, if it's one big long stretch. But that's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you could, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, that'd be great.